For 42 years, Mrs. Ethel Crane helped people. Her herbal remedies were passed down through generations. Her grandmother taught her every herb, but for 3 years now, no one comes. Modern drugstores arrived, and people stopped trusting herbs. They wanted pills in boxes, not plants. Every morning at 8, she still opens. She arranges jars and waits in silence. The town decided her remedies were nonsense. One autumn morning, Mrs. Helen Pritchard walked past. Her companion mentioned Ethel's shop still being open. Helen's voice carried through Ethel's open door. "Weeds and superstition," Helen said loudly. "No human in their right mind would buy that. Those remedies never worked anyway." Ethel continued dusting, saying nothing. She'd heard it all before, many times. Only the stray cats still trusted her, the wounded birds she fed each morning, the one-eyed tomcat who slept on her windowsill. These creatures were her only company now. Then one evening, something unexpected arrived. A fox stood at her back door, in its mouth a tiny kit. The kit was burning with fever. The fox wouldn't leave its baby. It set the kit down and waited. Ethel remembered treating children with this fever. She added willow bark for the pain. Every few hours, she gave drops to the kit. The adult fox never left the room. On the third morning, the kit opened its eyes. The fever was gone. Completely. Ethel thought she'd just gotten lucky. 2 days later, the fox returned. It brought a rabbit with infected scratches. She cleaned the wounds with calendula water, applied comfrey paste to help them heal. Within a week, the rabbit was healed. Then a crow arrived, a broken wing, a possum carrying twins, one too weak to nurse. Each time, Ethel's remedies worked. Word was spreading among the animals. More animals came to her back door. The scent of herbs began drifting through town. Chamomile and lavender filled the morning air. People paused on the sidewalk, sniffing the air. At dawn, townspeople saw animals entering her alley. A parade of woodland creatures. Daily now. Ethel didn't realize anyone was watching. She was too busy, too focused on healing. Mr. Foster, the mailman, delivered her mail. Through her window, he saw a deer, standing perfectly calm as she bandaged it. The deer nuzzled her hand gently. Mr. Foster couldn't look away. That afternoon, he told everyone at the general store, "You won't believe what I saw at Crane's." Mrs. Porter remembered her barn cat's weak kitten. She wrapped it in a towel and walked to Ethel's. The first person through Ethel's door in years. "Mom, I heard you can help." Ethel unwrapped the towel, carefully. The kitten had the same fever she'd treated before. Within 2 days, the kitten was nursing again. Mrs. Porter told her sister immediately. Her sister's laying hen had stopped eating. The blacksmith's hunting dog cut its paw badly. Each success brought 2 more people. Within a week, Ethel's shop was busy, daily. Ethel still didn't understand the magnitude. One morning, Ethel opened her door to 12 people. She stood confused until the butcher's wife spoke. "Mom, you saved my daughter's cat. We heard you can help animals." For the first time, Ethel realized what had happened. The whole town had been watching and talking. They trusted her remedies. After all these years, she invited them in, one at a time. She treated each animal with the same care, the same herbs that healed the fox kit. Across town, Helen Pritchard noticed the activity. She walked past several times that week. Each time the line was longer than before. Her Pomeranian, Snowball, started refusing food. 3 visits to the city veterinarian found nothing. Snowball grew weaker each day. One morning, Helen stood across from Ethel's shop. People came and left with healthy animals. The remedies she called weeds and superstition. Helen's lips pressed into a thin line. She crossed the street. She entered the shop. Without a word. Ethel looked up from treating a rabbit. She saw Helen, holding the Pomeranian. No words were needed. Between them, Ethel gestured to the counter. Gently, Helen placed Snowball on the cloth. Ethel examined the dog's symptoms. Carefully. Stomach inflammation, Ethel said quietly. She reached for peppermint and ginger, the same herbs she'd used for decades. She mixed it with warm honey water. Using a dropper, she gave Snowball the remedy. Give her 3 drops, 4 times daily. Helen nodded, unable to speak. She carefully lifted Snowball from the counter. 2 days later, Snowball was eating again. The stomach inflammation had completely cleared. Helen returned to pay for the treatment. The shop was full of people with animals. People she knew, trusting Ethel's remedies. The remedies she had called nonsense. Helen waited her turn, quietly. When called, she approached the counter. "I'm glad she's feeling better," Ethel said. Kindly. No anger. No, "I told you so." Just kindness. Helen opened her handbag with trembling hands. "How much do I owe you?" Ethel named a modest price. The same as always. Helen paid, then paused at the door. Their eyes met. For a long moment. Helen nodded once, then left. The shop continued its steady rhythm. Ethel treated each animal the same. The one-eyed cat still slept on the windowsill. At sunset, Ethel locked the front door. She turned off the lamps. Except one, the room smelled of lavender and chamomile. Ethel settled into her chair, exactly where she belonged.